Colin Andrews, an electrical engineer from the UK with a passion for questioning the world around him, is best known for his research into crop circle and UFO phenomenon. For almost 30 years, no researcher has given as much to a community as Colin Andrews. Colin was born in 1946 to two loving parents. His father was an officer in the Royal Navy and traveled the world to various troubled parts, while his mother cared for Colin and his three siblings. His first out-of-world experience came at the age of 5, when he felt himself lifted out of his bed and carried to a very bright light at the rear of his house. He suffered chemical burns to his skin, and no doctor could explain what happened. This occurred twice in his life. Then in 1998, Colin went back to visit the site of this occurrence, exactly where the bright light had been seen. There he noticed in a field behind his home, a ring had embedded itself into the ground and is still there today. When he was 11, his parents and younger brother were driving on a small country highway when they witnessed a disc-shaped object hovering about 100 feet off the ground above some trees. The object then produced a beam of light into the trees below, then suddenly turned off as it rose up in a split second and was gone at a colossal speed. When his parents arrived home and told Colin the story, he could feel that something very strange had happened to them. These events early in Colin's life laid the seeds for his passion and his life's work.
I came out of some trees and I looked to the left. There was a beautiful amphitheater there. And I sort of took a second look, I was like, what's that? And below the hill were 5 circles forming a cross. This was cold out of nowhere. It was me on my way to a meeting with this problem or that problem to think about, looking, seeing, and wondering, what in the world is this?
A true Renaissance man, he has spent 15 years as a volunteer firefighter in Hampshire, England, played in several soccer cup finals, and boxed while a cadet in the British Army Cadet Force. Colin is an accomplished photographer and has been invited to show his photographs in art galleries across the United States. He captured a spectacular photo of Princess Diana and Prince Charles on their honeymoon, presented it to Queen Elizabeth, and to this day it hangs in the mayor's parlor. For 17 years, Andrews worked for the Test Valley Borough Council, initially as their head of electrical operations until 1991, when he resigned his post as senior officer to pursue his research full-time.
There's preciseness. The geometry is precise. There are no tracks in or out. The plants are not damaged. They're bent over. They're not knuckled or broken. The plants are changed in their internal structure at the cellular level. You don't find that in the house.
When the emergence of crop circles rocked his part of Hampshire, England, Colin's passion shined through. His natural curiosity threw him into his research, and in 1983 he coined the term crop circles. That set into action a chain of events that forever changed the field of ufology. His accomplishments are many. He started the first crop circle research organization called Circles Phenomenon Research, or CPR, which led to create an entirely new assemblage of researchers and ideas. Colin then used his engineering skills to design the first set of high-tech surveillance equipment, specifically for use in attempting to film the creation of a crop circle. It is his drive that leads him to document the growing population of crop circles and hypothesize on their meanings and connections. This has produced a community of crop circle enthusiasts that number in the thousands. Hundreds of books have been written on the subject, along with new ideas regarding how and why crop circles exist. Andrews holds the largest and most concise collection of crop circle documentation in the world. His work is referenced by leading ufologists and continues to stay on the forefront of research. To this day, no final conclusion has been drawn, but Andrews believes this vexing phenomenon holds social and economical implications and is here to change people to a higher level of consciousness.
We have to learn more aggressively about intuition, that we sense, that we feel, that gut reaction that we have been encouraged to forget about.
Colin's many publications have served the UFO community in countless ways. Circular Evidence, co-authored by Pat Delgado, was the first book ever written on the subject of crop circles. It became the first book of its kind to become an international bestseller, and it was chosen for Queen Elizabeth's prestigious summer reading list. Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher's cabinet and Queen Elizabeth are just two of the notable people that Andrews has advised on the mysterious crop circle phenomenon. He also worked with Mel Gibson as a consultant for the blockbuster movie Signs. Colin Andrews has appeared on many well-known television and radio programs worldwide, including 60 Minutes, 2020 with Barbara Walters, Good Morning America, Unsolved Mysteries, Coast to Coast with Art Bell, and BBC's Daytime Live. His many presentations throughout the world have opened the eyes of hundreds of thousands of people and consistently sparked thought-provoking debate on crop circles, and the last 11 years of his studies have challenged human consciousness. Colin is also an experienced dowser, having navigated his way through the world's largest hedge maze as an experiment without a single error. He has collaborated with Australian outback elders and impressed them by confirming routes used by Aborigines hundreds of years ago. His highly perceptive skills carried over into remote viewing when on October 14, 2002, an FBI intelligence analyst was shot and killed. Andrews had a remote viewing, and his sketch closely resembled that of Lee Boyd Malvo, the Beltway sniper who was at the edge of the parking lot where the murder took place. He has worked with the world's best-known remote viewers and was invited to participate in programs at the famous Monroe Institute in the United States. He is also a certified Reiki master, trained in this healing method by his wife Cynthia Andrews, ND. His true character shined through when he received the Toby Award for his honesty and perseverance in the face of character assassination during his research of the Oliver's Castle video. Through diligent research, Colin concluded that it was an elaborate hoax intended to undermine genuine crop circle research. Most notably is Andrews' own self-transformation through his research. He has been publicly stating since the late 1980s that the crop circle phenomenon indicates a coming change in human consciousness. Quote, crop circles provide an exceptional keyhole into the fascinating realm of how our mind interacts with an intelligent and conscious universe.
There is a very important period at the end of a long cycle which we are now in, a transition from a changing period of time around the 2012 into the 2033, defined by date, 2033. By which time we will be in a position of coherence in consciousness, a oneness, and a wonderful existence.
His research has opened the eyes and minds of hundreds of thousands of people around the world and will continue to enchant the minds of those who seek the truth. Colin Andrews, a thinker, visionary, and Renaissance man.
This is a time for hope, for a light, a beacon of light on the highest mountain, on the highest land, for that period to the date 2033.
This is why Colin Andrews is being awarded the Lifetime Achievement Award.